Good afternoon, class. It's me, Mr. Stark. We're here on Monday, a little bit afternoon. I just got done with lunch, and we're going to do a screen recording about the internal anatomy of a leaf or a cross section of a leaf. That would be kind of like if you made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you took a knife and cut it in half and you sliced it in half, and just before you took a bite of your sandwich, you looked at it and you'd see a piece of bread on top, some peanut butter, some jelly, and a piece of bread on the bottom. That would be very similar to as if you took a leaf and you cut it and you were to pick it up and look at the side of it like you would look at your sandwich before you take a bite. So that's what a cross section, how we would get that cross section from a leaf. Now switch over here so you can take a look at it. So here we have kind of like that piece of bread on top and a piece of bread on the bottom, and then some sandwich material in the middle. And we're going to take a look at all those things and what they are and how they help the leaf and the tree do their job. So first of all, in the top layer here, the top layer of bread, or the epidermis, the skin layer, there is an opening here. Looks like some green lips in an opening, like there's a set of lips trying to whistle here. And that is called a stoma. They are openings that open and close dependent on time of the day and how much moisture and oxygen and carbon dioxide need to be exchanged. So water vapor, carbon dioxide, and oxygen go in and out of these openings, much like you breathing through your mouth. Okay, so that's a stoma. The stoma has these big green lips, and those are called guard cells. The guard cells are the things that open and close the opening. So just like you, when you need to hold your breath, you pierce your lips together and you let nothing go out in and out of your mouth. The guard cells open and close the stoma. Further down in this, we have an epidermis layer. Epidermis is kind of like a word that is comparative to your skin. It's an outer covering. Okay, it's a layer of cells that protect and it's a layer of cells that protect and give the leaf some of its structure. On the outer side of that epidermis is something called a waxy cuticle. It's a waxy layer, and if you were to look at many leaves, the water that hits the leaves very often beads up and runs down the middle of the leaf towards the stem and the roots of a plant or a tree, and it causes the water to be funneled in a direction so it can be absorbed by the plant itself or the tree itself. So in the case of trees, all the leaves kind of dip away from the tree, and then the leaves funnel the water to the outside of the tree, or otherwise known as the drip line. And the drip line is where all the little tiny roots are, and those roots will be able to absorb the moisture. Now we're getting through that outer skin layer of the leaf, and we get to the inside where the peanut butter and jelly would be on your sandwich. There is a layer up here where it has big, tall, green-like jelly bean things. These are called the palisade mesophyll. Mesophyll and palisade and the spongy mesophyll. This is the area where the photosynthesis of the plant takes place. This is where sun absorption, the making of food, the making of glucose takes place. Inside the palisade mesophyll, there are dark green spots called chloroplasts. These are the things that help us absorb chlorophyll, and they absorb the sunlight and allow us to use that sunlight's energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose, sugar that is used for food for the plant. In the process of making, doing photosynthesis and creating glucose, there are gases that are absorbed and given off. A plant will take in carbon dioxide through its stoma. It will go through the process of photosynthesis and then ultimately release oxygen for into the environment. Prior to that being exchanged or released with the environment, those gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen, are stored and used in an aerospace or space in the middle of the leaf called the spongy mesophyll. Sponges have lots of spaces in it. This spongy mesophyll has lots of space in it to store oxygen and carbon dioxide. Again, both of these layers, the palisade and the spongy mesophyll, they are the mesophyll layer. They are the photosynthetic cells. This is where the sunlight's energy is used to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose, sugar, that is used for food. Through that mesophyll layer, we have a vascular bundle. In the vascular bundle, we have two types of vessels in there. One carries water and minerals up to the leaf. That would be the xylem. And we would have another vessel that would carry food from the leaves back down the trunk or down the stem of the plant and into the root area. So xylem carries water and phloem carries food. At the bottom of this area, above the other epidermis layer, skin layer, there are bigger air spaces, which the oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged through. At the bottom, you can see that there are guard cells again, the big green lips, and an opening, the stoma, for the exchange of gases. And at the bottom, there is also a waxy cuticle and a lower epidermis layer.